Hey everybody, it's the Redstone Wizard here again, bringing you a Minecraft update informational video. What we're looking at today is what changes has happened with the 1.17 that just came out. So, let's just take a look at the blocks real fast, and then I will explain some of the changes and how it affects some of the redstone contraptions that I have built. So first off, I'm not sticking them out. There was too many, but we'll just look at them. Now, you've got all these. This is the brand new ore, copper. Okay, so we have cut copper stairs exposed, withered, oxidized, and it's all in the same. And same thing with the copper blocks. And these all can be waxed, which means all we have to do is take a piece of wax or honeycomb, and we can pull it out. And two options. One is either place it and wax it, or we can just set it in our inventory and get it out that way. And these all can be done that way. And one of the changes is gold ore and iron ore, and along with the copper ore, when you mine them, don't automatically drop this ore. Don't drop the ore block. You'll have to use a silk touch for that. But they do drop the raw ore, which then you can take 9 and put it into a raw ore block. Now, you can't smelt the raw ore block, but you can smelt the raw ore to get the ingot of the type that you have. So, and then 9 of these will create a copper block, and the copper block, and you to get them into their different exposures is you just set it outside and leave it. And when you get to the exposure you want, you can actually you can actually wax them and leave it. But let's just say you happen to get it to this exposure and you don't want it there. All you have to do is get yourself a friendly little axe. I'll just do it with a wooden one. And right click on it. And it will step down by 1. Now, if you have honeycomb on it, and you do it, it removes the wax. And then you can actually get it all the way down to the base level. So, let me we'll leave that alone. And new redstone component, the lightning rod. Now, what this does is attract lightning. Yep. Put it a decent height above where your villagers are, and it will protect them from becoming witches. Put it near your creeper containment center, and they will become charge creepers. So, that's the benefit of that. And that's pretty much all just the straight copper stuff. Now, let's go into the little more nuanced stuff. This stuff is more easily farmed. Oh yeah, one more other thing is you can actually get copper ingots from drown. So, instead of gold, now they drop copper. But it's far more rare than... It's just as rare as if they would drop gold. Now, we got a couple other ones. We have the Amethyst, we have the geodes, which produce amethyst. We got the budding amethyst, which cannot be moved at all. If it is moved, it will break. There is no way to pick it up. It must be left alone. Budding amethyst starts growing these buds, the starting of the crystals. And then when you get the cluster, you're able to break it to get amethyst shards, which you use the amethyst shards to make 3 different things. One is the amethyst block, the other is the spyglass, and then the last one is the tinted glass. So now we have the grow lichen, which is Just a small light source that adds a pretty decent texture. In fact, let's put it up here and okay. Well, it'll for some things that has a really good texture and it actually glows. So that is important. It'll help with lighting things up. Then we have, well, it's called the bucket of axolotl. Now, the way you get this is to get a water bucket and capture an axolotl in it. I don't know the exact spawning mechanics for the axolotl yet. I haven't done enough testing. But from the last I heard is underground with 5 blocks of stone beneath them, where they spawn in, at least 5 blocks of stone and complete darkness. I am entirely unsure if that's right, but that's the last I heard, and that's what I'm going to go with. So, check underground. Then we have the powdered snow bucket and the powdered snow. Now, powdered snow is you can actually fall through it, and creatures that are stuck in it will be able to take damage. So that is useful, and blaze any fire mobs, hot mobs like the blaze, they will take double damage from going through there. Then you have then things like strays, polar bears, and anything in full leather armor going through it will not be affected. Then you have the pointed dripstone and the dripstone block. Now these right here are quite useful. For one, the dripstone, the pointed dripstone goes either on top or on bottom. Let's just move it up here. You can place it on top or on bottom of any block, as long as it has a solid surface to be placed on. Now with a pointed dripstone, with these ones, you're able to get one more by using water, as long as the dripstone block is above the pointed dripstone, and it's a water source, and lava as long as you have a cauldron underneath, and it also affects with water. 10 blocks below where the pointed dripstone is, if it is dripping, a pointed dripstone will grow in the upward position. So we'll have stalactites and stalagmites that, which could be good for building, but also it's pretty decent for farms, because when things fall on it, they take a lot of damage, and then when this falls on things, they take a lot of damage. So it doubles the fall damage basically. Then we have the glow ink sack, which has two things that it does. One is be able to have glow item frames, and also to highlight the lettering on any sign other than black lettering signs. So, and the way to get this is to kill glow squids, which, if I remember right, it is the same spawn conditions as the axolotl. You can find these in the world, you can find this in the world, you can find these in the world. This has to be collected in a snowy area in a cauldron. Next we have moss blocks, the moss block, moss carpet, azalea, flowering azalea, the rooted dirt, and the hanging roots. To get the moss block, you have to either trade with a wandering trader or find it, I believe, as ships or in abandoned mine shafts. But to get more, all you have to do is bone meal the moss block in a 7x7 area with dirt or some type of stone. They will become moss blocks, and they have a chance of either growing moss carpet, azaleas, flowering azaleas, or 1 or 2 tall grass on top of it. The moss block cannot be the moss block can be pushed by pistons, and unlike Java, they are treated like a standard block, not like a leaf. So if you push them, they will stay around. They won't actually break. To get the rooted dirt, you must grow a flowering azalea or a normal azalea on either dirt or moss blocks. To get the hanging roots, you either hoe the rooted dirt or you bone meal a rooted dirt and shear the hanging roots. Very simple. And then these ones you can only get through purchases, and I'm not sure if the Spore Blossom can be purchased. I haven't actually looked into it through survival or to pick it up. But this one, you could get these from, I think, ships or Wandering Trader. Well, the small drip leaf, and to get the big drip leaf, you bone meal a small. So now, if we go to this last chest, what we have is the spyglass, which is actually pretty cool because, for one, when we look into it, we zoom in. So now in vanilla, we have a way to actually zoom in on things. Pretty cool, though. Tinted glass. You take one piece of glass and 4 amethyst shards, if I remember right, and you get 2 tinted glass out of it. Tinted glass is like normal glass where you're able to visually see through it, but it has the distinction of no light being able to go through it. Now we have the glow item frame, which is an item frame plus a glow ink sac, and it has, honestly, it adds a little light, and then you can place things that'll light it up a little bit. So it's up to you. And then we have all the deep slates. Yeah, that's a lot of the deep slate. And then new ores, the iron, the gold, diamond, lapis, redstone, emerald, and coal. The emerald and coal for this update, for the 1.17, I recommend, if you want to have them, get them now before the 1.18 comes out, because once you get 1.18, these will no longer be valid, except in the creative menu. Deep slate copper, deep slate, polished deep slate, a bunch of little things. There's quite a few more blocks, but these were the major ones that I found that I actually enjoyed looking at, because we also have the tough block, which is found it mixed with the deep slate. We have the calcite, which is around amethyst crystals. What else? Then we have the infested deep slate. Then we have smooth basalt, which I did forget about, but that's around geodes. And to get it, you also can smelt it in a furnace. Then in here, there's no other redstone stuff. No, nothing special here. No special foods, just the spyglass. And we got the deep slate, the ore blocks, the raw ores, and that's pretty much all the stuff that we could get. So, and as soon as I find out a little bit more and get some actual playtime in to try different things, come up with different farms for you guys, I'll let you guys will be on the know, because, well, I do try to come up with some interesting things. But you guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the comments section. If it's a major issue, I do recommend checking out my Discord. Link to that will be in the description. If you want to support me, you can either subscribe or join my Patreon. Link to that will be in the description. But you guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.